Hello and welcome back to Work Profiles for 2017. Last year, in our debut year, we interviewed some leading compliance experts and found out about all the various areas of compliance in and around HR. This year, we have another star-studded lineup of interesting people to speak to, and we start with none other than Nigel Harse. Nigel is the founder of a real-time online benchmarking and reporting platform for the recruitment industry and has been in and around the industry for some 40 plus years. So today, sit back as we pick the brain of one of the industry's most experienced people. Nigel, welcome to Work Profiles.
Yo, thank you very much, Luke. Thank you.
Lovely. And so I mentioned you have such an extensive experience in the industry.
Yep.
Can I ask how that first started, and firstly within the recruitment industry, and then how you came to establish the RIBReport?
Sure. I started my career on a temp desk in Bristol back in July in 1977. So July of this year will be my 40th year. And that was with a listed recruitment firm. In 13 years I had 7 promotions, leading to my appointment as a director.
Okay.
Then in 1990 I was headhunted to come to Australia to sort out 2 poorly performing acquisitions. I merged these companies to create Echo Personnel, which organically grew from 7 to 75 million in just 5 short years.
Right, impressive.
We grew from 7 to 32 locations, and at that time we were one of the fastest growing and most profitable firms around. I didn't sacrifice profit for growth.
Right.
I left Echo when they merged with Adia, and I've consulted into the industry ever since. And in 2003 I decided I needed to find a better way to answer a very common question, and that was business owners and leaders were asking, how am I doing? That's how the RIBReport began, and today it helps owners and managers understand all of the intricacies of business performance.
Okay, and so can I ask, Nigel, what are some of those metrics that you measure and provide that information to owners?
We provide over 50 industry-specific reports. They review sales volumes, expenditure, productivity, and operating efficiencies. Only you get to see your results, but you can see how well you compare to some select peer group comparisons. As business grows and changes, so will the importance of certain metrics. We've got more covered. The dashboard is very much a diagnostic and ongoing performance benchmark view of how you're performing compared to the market.
Yep, and I assume that sort of real-time data is obviously very valuable for a business owner to get access to.
Yeah.
Are you able to provide some examples as to how business owners have been able to, I guess, pivot or adjust or based on your feedback and the information and the data you provide, how that has assisted them in their business?
Yeah. Lots I could go through.
Yeah.
Perhaps one that really does stand out. I was presenting the company's results to a team for the first time. We were using the RIB dashboard, and from doing my homework for the presentation, I was aware that this company's temp margins were low. The team were asked how they thought their margins sat, and they were devastated to see that they were in the bottom 25%. We brainstormed all the actions that could be taken to change things, and they then set about changing things. Within 12 months their margins had improved by 15%, and they continue to improve today rather than weaken. I think that's the beauty of teams embracing continuous business improvement and benchmarking. It's a classic example. If people know where they sit, they're prepared to do what they want to do and can do to improve.
Yeah.
No one wants to be below average.
No, and do you find, if I was running a recruitment business, this sort of service that you provide would, for me, be an absolute no-brainer.
Uh-huh.
How many clients do you have in Australia?
Yeah.
And and why wouldn't somebody engage? I mean, and I would suspect that people have to disclose a fair amount of information. Are they reluctant to do so? Or?
Okay. Let me answer your last question first. Most people have some initial fears about providing their financial information. But in 14 years, we've not had one breach of data security. Our business has been built on the fact that people know they can trust us with their data. Members are given unique IDs, and we've got bank-grade security. Access to personal dashboards is by unique link to our portal. You can search the web and you won't find our secure portal. We take data security as paramount. We know we've got the crown jewels. But as I've said, we've been online now for 18 months. Still no breaches, still no issues. So yes, some people have concerns, but keeping their information secure is our stock in trade. On to your next question. We have over 130 recruitment firms as clients, and all of them provide data to us each month. There's no access to our platform if you aren't providing data. Australia and New Zealand are the majority of clients, but we just deployed dashboards for a UK listed firm. They've got 40 locations in 14 different countries, in 14 different currencies. We just deployed that globally for them. So we now have the capability to report globally for any size recruitment firm, and I think if we're good enough for the listed firms, then our integrity certainly stands up for the smaller firms. Why wouldn't people contribute? Perhaps they have concerns. Some like to think they're good when they don't really know. They hide their head in the sand.
Yeah.
If you think you're good and you just want to continue thinking you're good, then that would be a good reason not to participate.
Yeah.
It's the acid test. It's not for the weak-hearted. It reports on fact. It's unbiased. It's objective, and it's constantly up to date each month.
Okay. One of those, and I had the privilege of sitting in on one of your sessions at last year's Recruitment Yarns, which you were a part of, along with us and a range of other industry thought leaders. And one of the statistics I was quite interested in hearing was one of which you said a percentage of, say, GP, I think that's how you've reported it, for marketing spend of an agency.
Correct.
And my guess, when you put it out to us and asked the table what you thought that would be, mine was way too high. Yeah. So it's a good job I'm not running a recruitment agency. But
look, it's very easy to get sucked in and spend as much as the demands are made upon you. For the last 2 years, we do consider it best practice to look at it as an expense as a percentage of GP.
Right.
And for the last 2 years, the marketing spend has averaged 4% of GP. So that ranges from 3.5% to 4.5%. If you're spending more than that, you really should have a compelling reason that you're doing so. But to think 8% is average, you'd be a mile out.
Yeah.
I'm spending far too much.
Yep. And I guess that would have only come down in recent years with the amount of free online
Absolutely.
marketing.
It's fallen. 10 years ago it was around 7-8%. So it's halved in the last 10 years.
Yeah.
And that's through a lot of disruptive technology and making it a lot easier to find people, but not necessarily easier to place them.
Yep. And can you give us another example of what are the key metrics then that you provide that are very indicative or give a solid reflection on the business?
Look, there are a variety of key metrics. Perhaps one of the most important would be profitability as a percentage of sales. The industry thinks 7% is average. If you think that's good, then it may be good for you. If you want to know what average is for the last 12 months, drop me a line and I'll let you know. That's Nigel at RIBReport.com.au. So profit as a percentage of sales would be one major indicator. Productivity per person or per income producer within the firm are very critical metrics. How much it costs you to produce that productivity, i.e. GP per dollar of spend, is another couple of very important factors. I could go on and fill the 50. Each of them are important when you look at certain elements of your business. Okay. But those would be the key ones that most people should be looking at.
Right. And The other thing I was interested to hear from you, Nigel, was you mentioned your plans to expand into the UK, as it seems are a lot of other recruitment related products at the moment. So how's that going? Are you excited by the potential that those bigger markets can provide?
We are. We've had to jump from being local, i.e. Australia and New Zealand, as we were throughout 2016, to by the end of this month we will be truly global. Our platform is in 14 different countries, 15 different countries, and we've now had to build the capability to allow listed firms to be benchmarked against listed, international against international, local against local, so that we can slice and dice the information. We're very excited because the platform is built for volume and speed, and through our channel partners of APSCO and hopefully the RCSA, they'll become the voice of the numbers, and we'll be looking to drive up participation so that we can slice the data by market sector.
So Nigel, over the 40 years you would have no doubt seen a lot of change and disruption in the industry.
Yeah.
What is it you see as being the next big challenge that the recruitment industry faces?
I was going to say internal recruitment and retention, but that's not the next big challenge. That's been an ongoing challenge for most people for many years. It can be solved, and I've enjoyed solving it with a couple of companies recently, but that's not new. Perhaps the biggest challenge is getting the link between technology, process and product to be right, so that speed and cost are well managed and contained. A lot of people are struggling to get that link between technology and process working correctly.
Yeah, and we've seen, and they seem to be popping up all the time. Everywhere you look, there's a new shiny object when it comes to technology in this industry.
Yeah.
Getting them to all, you talk about process, getting them all talk to each other is a challenge at times.
It is.
It's something I know we're looking forward to being able to do this year with our upgrade and the rewrite of the platform, allowing for integration with those various other solutions. And you're right, it is a challenge, but I guess the human element, which this industry is built upon, will never be replaced.
No, we are the ultimate matchmaker. Technology can do an awful lot if you get it right in your process, and I think that truly is the biggest challenge for recruitment firms today, is how do you remain relevant to your candidates and clients in all the different shapes, sizes of media content that people are hungry for. How do you make money from it? How do you truly leverage from it?
Yep.
It's a new challenge, and a lot of people are struggling with it, but it really comes back to making sure that your processes are robust and the technology you use reflects those processes. And then if you get that right, technology can truly play its part. But double handling of many things is still a very costly way to do business, and I think that's where the biggest challenge lies.
Yeah, and opportunity. So of those, and you would have, as you said, dealt with a number of agencies throughout your time. Who of those that are doing it well? Why? I mean, you mentioned that they've got a good blend and a good balance, but what for those that I guess are not doing it well, and they might be listening in and wondering how it is they could be doing better, what do you think are those attributes that make it
I think courage to adopt, courage to change, willingness to fail at certain things, knowing that you're never going to get it right all of the time. But I think it's the courage to not sit on the fence and say we're doing okay now, and allow your platform to become 2 or 3 years out of date. You've got to have the courage to get up there at the forefront. In our business, we've gone from being dinosaurs, from a PDF, to cutting edge in one step. We've had to do that to stay relevant and meaningful to our audience, and so it's no difference for us. You've got to find a way to allow technology to play its part. For us, we've gone from being local to global through the smart use of technology. For most recruitment firms, a lot of technology is holding them back. People are compliant on the system because they've got bonus linked to it rather than the system helps them make more placements and earn more money. So the companies that are doing well is where the systems help people make more placements and make more money, and that people are very happy and willing to comply with the needs of those systems.
Yep. And it can be hard sometimes to know where to, well, not where to look. There's an abundance of resources in terms of content and information available at your fingertips these days. And I mentioned earlier the recruitment yarns, which you were a part of last year. And
yes.
I believe you're going to be a part of. It's coming back bigger and better this year.
It is absolutely bigger, better, more hosts.
Yeah.
It starts in Sydney in early May. I think it's May the 9th.
Right.
And yes, we're going to be there.
Yep. And last year, I mean, for those that aren't familiar, Recruitment Yarns was, of course, a national roadshow. Took place across some 12 or more, both regional. You sort of got out to some areas that have perhaps been a little bit neglected in the past.
We did. If you want us to keep coming to the regions, you've got to turn up, guys. People were asking for us to get out to the regions. We did, and some of them were poorly supported. It doesn't make it easy to get 20 people to come along when you won't get out of bed because it's raining. But yeah, we're out and about this year. The feedback from the inaugural events was sensational. It's free. People enjoyed the free flow theme of round tables, and the events proved to hit the nail on the head with the attendees. So I hope to meet some of you at the Yarns, or if you want more information from me, my email, nigel@RIBReport.com.au. Yeah, see you.
Lovely. Thank you very much for your time, Nigel. It's been an absolute pleasure. I'm sure our listeners would have got a lot out of that. We definitely enjoyed it, or I did, and looking forward to hearing more and seeing you expand. And yeah, thank you very much for your time.
Luke, thank you, mate. Thank you.
Cheers. So there you have it, another episode of WorkPro Files. Thanks for joining me. Hopefully the wind there in Melbourne wasn't interfering too much, and the trains that were whistling by, but fascinating stuff. I'll tell you, if you're a recruitment agency owner and you haven't got the RIBReport, do yourself a favour. I think it'll be well worth the investment. Anyway, until next time, stay compliant. Bye for now.